Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here with us today. Welcome, everyone. We're going to begin shortly, just as soon as people get in and get connected. Thank you all so much for being here.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Alok. Good evening to everyone in the program. Nice to see facilitators, educators. I see a number of unfamiliar names, so I'm assuming we have a lot of students here as well. Welcome to everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. As you're joining, I know we have people joining every second. We are already at over 100 people in attendance. This is amazing. Welcome, welcome, everyone. We're going to begin shortly as more and more people connect. Morning, Kuhan. See you in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Nice to see a lot of familiar names and new names. Welcome, everybody. Just a couple more moments. Okay. All right, Carol. When you are ready, let us begin, everybody. Welcome to the 2022 Sir Cyril Taylor Young Leaders Award ceremony. Thank you all so much for being here, taking time out of your Saturday, and thank you for being here to celebrate the end of the 2021-22 Effect Plus for the classroom program. It's been an amazing year and program, and hard to believe that we are already at the end of the series program. So thank you all for being here. Let's get into it. Before we begin today, just a couple housekeeping duties here. Something we do in AFS is we encourage everyone to rename yourself within Zoom. So if you go to the participant list, you should find your name at the top, and you can change your name to be the name that you would be preferred to be called, and then please include the country that you are connecting from. That way, we like to highlight the diversity that we have here today geographically around the world, and so please change your name in Zoom. If your internet connection allows, please keep your camera on. That way we can just see everybody who's here. We are going to keep everyone muted during this presentation. There's obviously a lot of people here, and having everyone with their cameras on will not work, so we're going to keep everyone muted. But please feel free to participate in the chat. I do see people already participating in the chat, and also you can react to things that are being said with the reactions icons. Feel free to use any of the emojis. If you like something that's being said, feel free to react to it. And then finally, if this would help you and support you, you can activate, or we actually do already have the closed captioning running at the bottom. So hopefully that can support you if that would help you follow along. Okay. Thank you for while we're following along for the housekeeping duties, let's get into the ceremony. My name is Dylan Peterson. I am the project coordinator for AFS International for the Effect Plus for the classroom program. I'm connecting to you from Ohio in the United States. I'm joined today by Ana Carolina Casiano. I'll call her Carol. She is the Effect Plus director for AFS International, and she is connecting from Florianopolis, Brazil. and we are excited to be with you today. So today, we have 3 items on the agenda. First, we're going to have a little bit of an introduction, some welcome words from some distinguished guests, and we're going to be learning about all of us, who is joining and why we are all here. Second, we're going to have a program recap, go over all the 3 phases that were an integral part of this program, and we'll be hearing perspectives from program facilitators and participants. Finally, we will get to the main event, which is the 2022 Sir Cyril Taylor Young Leaders Awards. And we're going to be recognizing a new generation of young leaders, their teachers, and schools. So here's our agenda today. Thank you so much for being here. Let's learn about each other now. So please, everyone, if you are able, please join this Menti. And to do that, you can simply go to menti.com if you're on a computer and type in this code, or if you have a smartphone, you can hover the camera icon over this QR code here and join that way. So either way, whatever is most easy for you, you're welcome to join. You also, if you are unable to, you do not have to join this Menti, but we encourage you to do so. We would love to hear from you and get a little bit of feedback from you of just where you're connecting from and all that. So here we go. Carol has shared the link in the chat. So if you were not able to see that, you can look in the chat to find the link to join. And what we're asking today, or in this first question, is we want to know where everyone is connecting from. So when you join Menti, you'll be asked to select the location on the map here of where you are connecting from. And when you're able to, we'd love to see where everybody's connecting from. And as you can see, we are already not even everyone has responded, and you can see we are most certainly a global audience here today. I see strong representation from India, Malaysia, Brazil. Yeah. Once again, if you have just joined recently, we are doing a Menti activity. If you look in the chat, Carol put the link to join here. And we'd love to know where everyone is connecting from today. Yes. Okay, so the numbers keep increasing. Thank you everyone for participating. Again, strong representation from India and Malaysia and Brazil, looks like Latin America. Now we would like to know, how are you connected to Effect Plus? What has brought you here today? Are you an educator in this program? Are you a student of an educator in this program? Are you AFS staff or a volunteer or something else? What has brought you here today? If you have just recently joined and you are not yet in the Menti, you can go to menti.com, and at the top of the screen here, you can see the code to join. But wow, we have a lot of students here today. That's great. Welcome to all the students who are here. We're so happy to have you here, and thank you to all the educators who are here involved in this program. Okay, last question for us today. How are you feeling about the ceremony? How are you feeling about the end of the Effect Plus for the Classroom program? Or how are you feeling about the awards ceremony today? Love to hear from you. Share any words or thoughts that come to you. Whoa, excited, immediately got blown up full screen. Excited, enthusiastic, good, happy, curious, nervous, yeah, enthusiastic. These are all very positive words. Definitely excited at the center of this. So I imagine, especially for a lot of the students who have worked really hard on your projects, all of these are certainly in play here, as well as for teachers. So exactly, I'm feeling all these emotions too, actually, at the same time. Enthusiastic, excited, happy, nervous. I definitely share all of these with you. Fantastic. This is this is great. Feeling brand new. I like that. Sad to end so soon. We've almost had a year. That's true. I know, it's amazing to think how fast that has gone. All right, everyone. So that will conclude our Menti activity. Thank you all for participating in that and sharing a little bit about where you're from and how you're connected. I'm going to bring us back to our scheduled program recap. And so just to make everyone aware and bring us back, we're here because of the AFS Effect Plus for the Classroom program. This is a program by AFS Intercultural Programs in partnership with the Sir Cyril Taylor Charitable Foundation. It is an award-winning virtual capacity building program that aims to equip teachers to introduce students to global issues and develop intercultural skills. It was awarded a best practice for global competence education by the APCEIU, which is a branch of UNESCO for the year 2021. And we are so happy you are here. Thank you to all the educators and students here. So, 1 second here. This program this year, for this cohort, we have engaged 300 high school teachers from 15 countries. I just want to give a shout out to each country. So the countries that we have teachers representing include Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, the Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Egypt, Ghana, Guatemala, India, Malaysia, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Venezuela. So an amazing list of countries and nations represented in this program. And these teachers, the educators in this program, they teach math, social sciences, environmental sciences, engineering, computer sciences, history, entrepreneurship, English as a second language, music, arts, sports, and many other subjects. A very diverse range of subjects taught by educators in this program. All these educators were able to connect their diverse subjects to teaching the SDGs, or the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And they've shown that all 17 goals are interconnected. And from the beginning, all the educators in this program, they embraced the program from the very beginning. They inspired us, they inspired me, but most of all, they inspired over 7,000 students reached that we estimate through this program. So a huge congratulations to all the educators in this program from all the countries and nations represented. Now I'd like to introduce, or I have the honor of introducing two very important guests with us here today. First of all, I'd like to introduce William Gertz, trustee from the Sir Cyril Taylor Charitable Foundation. And once again, this program is in partnership with the Sir Cyril Taylor Charitable Foundation, and they're, without their generous support, offering scholarships for all the educators in this program and funding for the logistical operations of this program, this would not be possible without their support. So thank you, William Gertz, for being here, and we'd love to hear some words.
Well, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me. I am sitting in Washington, D.C., taking care of my grandchildren. So if you hear any noise in the background, it's two children under the age of 4. Anyway, thank you so much for inviting me to say a few words today. I really appreciate it. We at the CTCF are just so excited about this program and the opportunity to work directly with AFS and my good friend Daniel Opps, who you'll be hearing from in a little while. I just want to tell you a few things about CTCF. We are very pleased again to have this opportunity to speak about the kind of work that we do. Sir Cyril Taylor was my mentor and the founder of an organization called the American Institute for Foreign Study, or AIFS. Throughout his long career, he's led AIFS in a variety of educational and travel programs throughout the world. And Cyril died 3 years ago. He was an educator in the UK, very interested in education, travel, and cultural exchange specifically. I was and am the CEO of AIFS, and when he died, I became the chairman of AIFS and a trustee of the Cyril Taylor Charitable Foundation. The foundation has been going on now for a few years, and we exist basically to help young people who can't afford to travel or can't afford to study, as well as educators with teacher training, like this program here. And we work directly with UK charities and US charities to help people. The overall goal, of course, is to bring the world together and to bring about world peace, which is more difficult than ever before. But I feel conversations like this are just so important to keep the work going. The work is going very well. Our foundation is expanding, and we expect to give many, many more grants to young people from around the world to both visit the US, the UK, and other countries, and really to create a more peaceful world. And I think this is a wonderful way of doing it because it involves not just teachers, but students, and we are reaching people from all over. So this call is absolutely wonderful to be on. I thank all of you for your participation, and I just want to say congratulations to anyone who participated, to all those of you on the call to help make our world a better place. Thanks so much.
Thank you, William. Thank you for those kind words. And once again, we are extremely grateful and thankful for our partnership and for making this program possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
On behalf of AFS Intercultural Programs, I'd like to invite the President and CEO of AFS Intercultural Programs, Daniel Opps, to share some words from AFS Intercultural Programs.
Thank you so much, Dylan, and thank you, Bill. It's so great to be connected with all of you online. I'm normally based in Brooklyn, New York. I'm from Germany, but right now I'm in the mountains of North Carolina on vacation, and it's a real privilege to join you this morning. And I have to say, it's amazing to see 200 of you connecting from all around the world. So thank you, everybody, for being here. First and foremost, I really want to thank Bill and the Cyril Taylor Charitable Foundation for your incredible support. I think when I think about not-for-profit organizations working, what's so important is partnerships with other organizations. And I think the partnership between AFS and CTCF is so important in being able to provide opportunities for educators and students around the world. So I'm really, really grateful for that. And I want to also say what Bill just said is congratulations to all the teachers and students and classrooms for participating in the program, for your incredible commitment, and for what you have achieved. It really is quite incredible to see the progress that has been made all across the world with this program. I want to say a word about AFS, and of course, you know, we are so deeply committed to global education and have supported global education for more than 75 years. There are 3 key impact goals that we have at AFS, and I think they are very resonant to this particular program. Our first impact goal is to develop more active global citizens. So young people who want to take responsibility for the challenges that they see in the world and make the world a better place. Our second impact goal is to help globalize schools and institutions. So many schools are looking to find opportunities to engage with other classrooms around the world. So how can AFS support that? And our third impact goal is to make intercultural learning more accessible so that intercultural learning is not just something for the elite, but for everyone. And I want to thank all of you because you are making it possible for us to make progress towards our impact goals, because I think this Effect Plus program brings all of these 3 impact goals to reality. And it's thanks to the partnership with so many of your schools, of teachers, but also because of the commitment of the students. And because I see so many students are participating in this call, I also want to say something particular to you. I think, as you've learned throughout this program, that there are so many challenges that the world has, and the United Nations has these 17 sustainable development goals because the world is facing huge challenges and we need solutions to those challenges. But those solutions can really only be found if we work together. And that's why intercultural learning and global competence is so incredibly important. And so I encourage all of you to reach out to people who think differently than you, who look differently than you, who speak different languages, to really get to know them better, because I think that's what's so important in order to make the world a better place. And so I will give you an appeal, and that is to dare to reshape the world. The world needs a lot of active global citizens who are willing to make the world a better place and who are willing to actively work in their communities to improve their communities. So I want to encourage you to reshape the world according to your vision. And this also really was the vision of Sir Cyril, to make the world a better place. So I think this partnership with the Cyril Taylor Charitable Foundation and AFS, and with your commitment to global education, we can achieve that vision. So thank you very much. And Dylan, back to you.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you for those words of encouragement, and thank you for being here even on your vacation. So thank you for taking your time to be with us here today. And thank you again to Bill for those words of encouragement as well. I'm going to turn this over now to my colleague Carol, who's going to walk us through a review of the program in general, the steps of the program. And yeah, over to you, Carol.
Thank you, Dylan. And really, we want to be short, but we thought today, as we are celebrating the end of this 1 year and we're going to announce the awards, that we would share with you a bit what happened and how we got here, right? What was this last few months all about? So this program was divided in 3 phases. The first phase we kicked off in November when the teachers were recruited, the 300 teachers engaged in the program from all the 15 countries Dylan mentioned. And that was when they took part on an online certification called Global Up program, and earned the AFS Global Competence Certificate. With the support from this funding, we were able to take the program that we already have for online learning and customize to educators. So I'll tell you a little bit more about how that looked like in a second. And then in January, once teachers completed the online certification, we provided them with a toolkit with 6 lesson plans and really encouraged them to take these learnings and how they would apply this in their classrooms with their students, using these lesson plans as a reference. But we also wanted them to continue connected and also to continue learning from each other. So we had these virtual communities of practice throughout this past months, still active on an online platform. And Dylan will share a bit more the kind of discussions that happened on that online platform shortly. And also some optional live sessions like this one, where teachers could continue connecting, sharing their experiences and best practices. And as part of the activities that we suggest, the last activity in this toolkit and lesson plan is to encourage students to develop a project idea. So that's how we got to the award. Through this award competition, anyone who was participating in the program, the teachers and their students who developed project ideas, could submit these project ideas to get recognition for the project that they developed with their teacher's guidance. So that's what we will announce by the end of the call today. And just to give you a gist, what was really in this phase 1, where teachers were going through this online certification. So these were very intense 8 weeks of learning with an average of 3 hours of activity per week. Teachers had access to an online learning platform where they could complete 20 self-paced modules that talked about what is global competence, what is global citizenship education, help them reflect on these topics and really develop their own intercultural and global competencies in order to be able to foster this in their students. There were video models and discussion forums, and they also had to join 5 live sessions, smaller groups, about 20 teachers from different parts of the world per group that were led by trained AFS facilitators. And this is a bit what it looked like. So the live sessions with smaller groups in Zoom, everyone very much engaged, and the online learning that they went to with topics like empathy and active listening, what are the sustainable development goals, some ideas on active global citizenship and how to take action and so on. And I would like to invite now 2 of our facilitators who led these facilitated live sessions with groups who are AFS volunteers in different parts of the world to share a few words with us about their impressions of the program. And we invited especially Sarita and Felix Gerardo Charlo because they are also teachers when they're not volunteering for AFS. Sarita had now retired teacher, but had many years in experience as a high school teacher with chemistry, and Charlo is still active as a teacher. So I'll invite the 2 of them to share a few words about how it was for them to lead these facilitated dialogue sessions and support teachers in this program as well. Sarita, let's start with you. Yes, we hear you now.
Thank you, Carol. Hello, everyone. Namaste from India. I'm Sarita Badvar from AFS India, an educator, a volunteer, and a facilitator. It's my proud privilege to be with all of you to celebrate the teachers. I, as a facilitator, had a very amazing and fruitful journey to be with the educators worldwide. I not only shared my learning with them, but also learned from them and honed my facilitation skills in the bargain. There was a strong bonding with the teachers. Why? Because we work in the same field, education, with the focus on students. And it is our love and interest for these that was the driving force throughout the process. And there were a lot of aha moments we enjoyed, and it was an enjoyable learning experience. I was happy to see the connect which developed during the process amongst educators, and lively sessions during the breakout rooms were the witness for all this. Understanding SDGs, superpowers, suspending judgment, understanding differences, and dealing with them were some of the favorite topics where we had very meaningful and powerful discussions. And let me share with you some of the testimonials which will justify the significance and the success of the program. One of them remarked, it enhanced my insight in dealing with diversity, inclusion, and engagement. Approaching new things with sensitivity, the need to innovate, and becoming lifelong learner were my takeaway. While the other said, I realized the significance of SDG from posters to the real life situation, a framework to realize utopia to reality. I learned to connect my classroom to connectivity, to the community. I'm more confident and comfortable as an educator to train my students to become agent of change and contribute towards building a just and peaceful world of tomorrow. I congratulate these torchbearers of the AFS mission once again, and thank you, AFS, for this wonderful opportunity. I wish all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarita. Charlo, let's hear from you now.
Hello. Hi, everyone. I am Charlo Cantero from AFS Paraguay. First of all, I want to congratulate you all for getting here and for this great achievement. I feel honored for having been a small part of this journey as a facilitator. And during the live sessions, I was very happy at how you guys opened up and shared your experiences as educators, and particularly on how you became more and more aware of the diversity present in your communities. Many of you started off saying like, oh, everyone in my community is very similar. And as a program progressed, you became more and more aware of the diversity there. And I feel that you gained a more nuanced point of view of your own environment. As a facilitator and as an educator, I was shocked at how similar the experiences of educators from different cultures and backgrounds were. I know I shouldn't have been, but it doesn't ever fail to amaze me how we all have problems, conflicts, and obstacles that are so relatable, regardless of what continent or culture we come from. So once again, my heartfelt congratulations, and let's keep working for a more accepting, understanding, and peaceful world from our own classrooms. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much, Charlo, and thank you both for sharing with us a bit of your perspectives on what it was to facilitate this program and what resonated with you as well. And Dylan, I'll hand over back to you so you can share a bit more about phase 2.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Sarita and Charlo, for those words. Yes, so phase 2, in conclusion of phase 1 of the online learning that the teachers undertook, we began phase 2, which was a phase of communities of practice. Teachers implemented the activities of this program in their classrooms, and they joined the community of practice virtually. The main focus of phase 2 was an educator toolkit that contains 6 lesson plans to support teachers using the SDGs in their classroom, or bringing the UN Sustainable Development Goals to their students. It also consisted of a virtual program to engage with peers so educators could share ideas and best practices. We also had optional monthly live sessions for teachers to connect with each other. To highlight a couple aspects of phase 2, we held 5 optional monthly sessions. Over those 5 sessions, we had 200 teachers attend, or about 200 attendees. In these sessions, we allowed for networking for the teachers through speed meeting, activities such as story circles. We learned about facilitation tips. We shared program information, and of course had time for questions and answers related to the program to support teachers in the process of teaching the SDGs. In addition, we had a virtual community in a platform called Workplace. 111 teachers joined this workplace group. Since the end of January, we had 183 posts, and on those posts, we had 325 comments. Topics such as education-related discussions. Here's an example, a screenshot of teacher mental health was a very popular discussion, as well as I would share program updates, and then teachers would also share their activities related to teaching the SDGs in their classrooms. And just as an example, here's a number of screenshots from the posts from teachers. As the project coordinator, this was honestly for me, a very important part of this program, of the connection that we were able to maintain over this program. And it was a delight and a pleasure to just be able to see through photos and videos all of the work that all of you educators were able to conduct in your classrooms. And this inspired me, and I know it inspired Carol and all of us to do the work that we do. So thank you all for those of you that participated in this workplace environment, and it was a pleasure to be a part of. as along with phase 2, the focus, of course, was on educators bringing the UN SDGs to their classrooms. So we'd love to bring this perspective to this ceremony right now, and we'd like to ask 3 teachers to share their experience. So we're going to hear from Anjum Panna from India, Peter Chinsing Kyong from Malaysia, Carla Lucian Klos Schoninger from Brazil. But first, let's hear from Anjum.
Greetings to all my fellow educators. I'm Ms. Anjum Panna, an educator from Mumbai, India. The Effect Plus program for me has been a gift. I received the confirmation of my selection of the application on the 26th of October, which happens to be my birthday. So when I say a gift, I mean it literally. So phase 1, which began with doing the beautifully designed modules, followed by the facilitated dialogue sessions. And then phase 2 gave us fresher ways to reach out to our learners with the fabulous educator toolkit. It really proved to be of great value to make the classroom transaction so structured. And at the same time, it allowed me to take the creative liberty to confidently design activities because of the robust framework it offered. However, being able to engage in a meaningful conversation with the fraternity of teachers beyond borders, having story circles, and Dylan, I'm really going to miss that, was the most accomplishing feeling this program has left me with. Exchanging ideas with them, understanding their challenges, as Felix just now mentioned, that how similar they are, realizing that teachers, regardless of whichever country they belong to, are working towards the same goal constantly, shaping the tomorrows of the world who sit in our classrooms today. And how reassuring was that? Being a part of this program has not only altered my understanding and definition of true learning, but it also gave me an opportunity to connect with my learners at a deeper level. I was reminded once again that we educators, with the help of the correct kind of resources and the right kind of people, do have the power to encourage our students to experiment, experience, explore, and eventually create. And by making them a part of this program, I could give them the opportunity to ideate. Now, whenever I saw my students together, I did not hear petty talks anymore. Now, even in my absence, they were thinking of transformational ideas that have the potential to bring a positive change. Besides, whenever I shared with them the activities that my fellow educators did on workplace or shared in workplace, they marveled. And I think that as humans, we need to marvel more at the similarities we share rather than focus on the differences. And, whenever they shared about the SDGs, that whenever they started working on the SDG goals, they realized that how interdependent we are as a world. I would like to believe that on one hand, but this program has made me confident and more accepting, it has made my students think and differentiate between facts and opinions. They now have learned to verify and question, and most importantly, they have begun to believe that they can be the change makers this world needs. And we teachers surely can create these change makers because we have showed that we are ready to learn. Congratulations to all of us who opened up ourselves to this opportunity to learn, connect, and grow. Lastly, I cannot close my speech without thanking Dylan, Carol, Vibhuti for the constant encouragement they offered throughout this program. It has been a fulfilling experience, and I hope that all of us who have met through this forum on workplace continue to collaborate even in the future. Once again, congratulations and all the best. Thank you so much.
Anjum, thank you so much for those words. I appreciate that. And I think we all appreciate them. Thank you so much. Next up, I would love to hear from you, Peter.
Thank you, Dylan. Good day, everyone. I'm Peterson, and I'm currently live from Lahad Datu, Sabah, Malaysia. I'm currently quite nervous, but excited to share my perspective and views regarding this program. As an educator, I didn't change much in my instructional method. The change took place deep down inside of me, which is my emotions, my feelings, and my perspective towards viewing my surrounding and people. I realized that I'm more considerate now. I'm not judgmental anymore in almost everything that I do. I become more aware towards people's emotions and feelings, and where I'm ready to suspend any judgment towards others. Not only that, I learn to talk less and listen more. As said by Dalai Lama, the highest spiritual leaders, when you talk, you're only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, you may learn something new. I'm now able to understand other points of views, and this change had embedded in my heart as I strive to be a better version of myself daily as a teacher, as well as to make my students to be better versions of themselves too daily. While imparting knowledge, I also impart values that I have learned to my students through this program. Besides the content of the program, my interactions and sessions during the Zoom facilitations meetings with fellow educators around the globe taught me so much about others' cultures, lifestyles, and different points of views. And now the program has come to an end, and I feel really heavy-hearted to say goodbye to everyone. However, we live, but we still embark in our mission to make the younger generation to be more globally conscious with empathy to make this earth a wonderful place to live. As for the students, I personally witnessed a few changes in this short period of time. Students are more conscious about others, and I noticed their mindset have shifted from just thinking about themselves to considering and taking into account about their other fellow classmates' opinions, thoughts, and views. They started to encourage other students who are quieter to be more involved in the group discussion and even support each other during the presentations. I've never seen such response before, but after conducting the lessons recommended by AFS Effect Class for the classroom, I sensed these changes. After 4 lessons, I noticed that they are more confident with their language, abilities, and skills. They are also ready to learn new skills and grab every opportunity to be involved in activities in the classroom. I'm definitely very proud of what my students have accomplished through this program. I wish the organizer will make this program ongoing and reach more students to create more global citizens who are conscious about people around them, the environment, the educations, and more importantly, to be a very good human. Thank you. Back to you, Dylan.
Thank you, Peter. Wow, yeah, the powerful words. Thank you so much for sharing all that. We appreciate hearing your perspective. All right, Carla, when you are ready.
Greetings to all educators, students, and people engaged in this program. I am Carla Luciana Kloscheniger. I'm a teacher at Farroupilha Federal Institute, Panambi campus in Brazil. I teach Portuguese, English, Spanish, and literature. First, I would like to thank the organizers, the CEO of AFS Intercultural Programs, the representatives of Sir Cyril Taylor Foundation, and Dylan and Carol for providing the AFS Effect Plus for the classroom. I can say that as an educator, I changed the way of approaching the content. This including the curriculum, and also, as I am a teacher of Portuguese, in thematic for text writing, the Sustainable Development Goals, caring about strategies to improve health, education, reduce inequality, and work to preserve the nature. Since I was working from home and my students were at school, I had to adapt my methodology, aiming to interact with the students. For this, I searched some technological tools like video calls, presentation in Canva, questionnaires in Google Forms, word clouds, open-ended answer in Mentimeter, vote in Fastpoll. It was a challenge to guide all the activities from the toolkit for educator through a screen, and to monitor the students' engagement through the camera lens. I am happy that even in a hybrid way, all the lessons were successfully developed. And I could see the changes in the behavior and attitude of the students. They were visible. They showed more empathy among themselves and related to other people, situations, cases, and cultures. They learned how to be active listeners, respect others' opinions, and value different ideas. There was involvement in small and big groups working in many teams. They discussed it and recognized the social impact of anyone's actions. Talking about changes, to finish my brief speech, I quote a Brazilian writer: there will be no butterflies if life does not go through long and silent metamorphoses, by Rubem Alves. So we, educators, are able to support metamorphoses and guide our students' flights. Thanks for the opportunity.
Wow, Carla, I love that quote. Exactly, yeah. Well, thank you, Carla. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Anjum. Those were very powerful words from all three of you, and I know that all of us here appreciate hearing your perspectives. And thank you again. All right, now that we've reviewed phase 1 and phase 2, let us finally commence with the main event of this virtual event today, the Sir Cyril Taylor Young Leaders Award. I know a lot of the students have probably been anxious to get to this point. Thank you for your patience. And I'm now going to pass over to Carol.
Yes, thank you, Dylan, and thank you all for your kind words. And for me, it's so inspiring to hear the scope, how this goes beyond the content we are teaching, and how different teachers from different subjects can connect teaching the SDGs and active global citizenship to what they're teaching, not only in terms of content, but in terms of methodology as well, right? Like Carla doing it remotely and her teachers in the classroom. Peter, as you might have seen from the screenshots, doing virtually with his students, and Anjun in the classroom in person with her students. And I know many of you had different ways of implementing this program. And for the students, I hope this is also a good inspiration for you, that your teachers are also learners and lifelong learners, right? And continue to learn throughout life, to continue improving the way they teach and engage in their classrooms. So I hope this inspires you to continue your learning journeys as well. And to that, we were really excited to see, since this was an optional portion of the program, to see who wanted to submit projects to the awards and which project ideas students and their teachers were willing to take part in this. And the project ideas, what they were focused in identifying an issue in the local community and an idea to tackle this issue in alignment with one of the Sustainable Development Goals, at least. We received 98 submissions, and these were many more students, because each submission, these were groups average going from 3 to 10 students in each group. So you can multiply, let's say, by 5, and you see the number of students that were engaged in this project. And it was really hard for us to select a winner. And I'll show you in a second some snapshots of the projects. The submissions were via video, many different creative ways of presenting their project ideas. They tackled almost all of the SDGs in the scope of all of them. And what we were looking for, and we had a jury panel that helped us select, was really looking at the relevance, how innovative it was, and the type of impact it could generate in the local community. And we just want to give a big round of applause to all teachers and all students engaged, and show you a few snapshots of some of the projects we received, representing all the countries engaged in the program. And as I mentioned, very challenging. For our jury panel, we invited 3 people who are friends of AFS, who have experience in social impact, to be in our jury panel, which was blind. They didn't know much. They only saw the projects, right? And because we had a very hard decision to make, other than just selecting the winner, we also decided to honor 3 honorable mentions that were projects that were among our final contenders to win the award. And I would like to share with you who these 3 honorable mentions are. So one of the projects was rainwater harvesting system from the SM School Bagan Jaya School in Malaysia. Congratulations. I know we have some students and the teacher here today. The second one, the project Sankalp Sampurna from the school Sindhya Kanya Vidyala. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing, from India. Congratulations. And the project STEM Vibes from SMQ Ave Maria Convent Ipoh School in Malaysia. And here you see a snapshot of what was in their project. And I would love to share with you also the names of the students and the teachers who mentored and led this project. So from the rainwater harvesting systems, here are the names of the students. Congratulations to you all for your great work, led by teacher Premani Supramanian. Congratulations. Project Sankalp Sampurna. You see here all the students, congratulations. This was a large group, mostly women, and led by teacher Preeti Kichi. Congratulations. And STEM Vibes, a small group of students that did a super innovative project led by teacher Komati Versanyan. Congratulations, you all, and to all that were engaged. Big round of applause. And now we want to share with you who was our winner, who was the winning project. And Dylan, I'll hand over to you to do that.
Right, Carol. It is an honor and privilege to be able to announce the winner, but just before I do that, I want to remind everyone that even though you may not be the winning group, just by conducting a project and thinking about the SDGs, you've enhanced your community's experience, and you've gained through this process, regardless of whether or not you are a winner of this award or not. That being said, the winners of this program do receive a virtual exchange opportunity through an AFS Intercultural Program. And so let's see who our 2022 Sir Cyril Taylor Young Leaders Award recipients are. I think first we have to build suspense further and have a drum roll. The winning group is the Smart Aquaponic Project for Sustainable Community Living from the school SMK Megat Dewa in Malaysia. Here are the list of students from the winning group, and the teacher mentor for this group is Nursea Mohammed. And congratulations to this group. An amazing project, and we are so happy to have received it. We are going to actually show you the video of their submission for their project, so you're aware of what the winning project was. And then we're going to ask one of the students involved to share some words after showing the project. Congratulations. But first, let's watch the project video.
Our project is Smart Aquaponic for Sustainable Community Living.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashikin from Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Megat Dewa, Kedah, Malaysia. Our team member consists of Madam Norsia as the teacher advisor, me as team leader, Norajatul Husna, Pakrawat, Pakrawi, Haifa, Habib Zakri, Muhammad Anas Daniel, and Nurin Shamini.
What is the main problem that you have identified?
The local community is anticipating the rising cost of food and vegetable due to the current geopolitical, environmental, and health crisis.
So, we designed the aquaponic prototype named Smart Aquaponic that utilized a lot of recyclable material. This model involving organic vegetable and freshwater fish, which can be sold to the local community not only at cheaper price but also free from pesticide and chemical fertilizer.
In our project, we learned to relate to 10 SDGs that potentially give impact to the sustainable community living.
There are several impacts of our project. First impact is we learn how to generate our own sustainable income to reduce poverty in our community. The second impact is we learn how to produce food sources such as vegetable and fish using the sustainable farming technique. The third impact is we learn and engage in the integrated STEM subject in building the smart aquaponic prototype. In addition, we innovate using IoT technology for sustainable community towards IR 4.0. Furthermore, we practice recycling of waste material while carrying out the smart aquaponic project to protect the environment. Moreover, we learn to value freshwater fish as an alternative sources to reduce dependence on increasing limited marine resources. Last but not least, we have learned how to implement IoT technology in our project from the lecturer of University Utara Malaysia.
As a conclusion, we strongly stand that our project Smart Aquaponic is not only beneficial for the student but also for the community to cultivate sustainable living culture. Thank you.
Our project.
All right, there it is. Once again, congratulations. We were just amazed at the practicality of this project, the low cost associated with it, and the impact that it could have, and the realistic nature of the amount of work that would have to go into making this a reality. So the jury panel loved it, and of course, not to say we did not like all the other projects, but we were very impressed, and so congratulations once more to this winning group. We did want to hear from one of the students participating in this group. Nurul, I believe, was scheduled to speak, but we're having difficulties finding you in the participant list. So if you could raise your hand, Nurul, and then we will highlight you, and we'd love to hear from you. Perhaps she dropped from the call. Do we have the teacher, Nursia Mohammed? Yes, we do have Nursia is here. Nursia, if that is okay with you, I think we'd love to hear from someone from this group to share your perspective. And
okay, my student is here.
Oh.
Ashikin, can you speak?
Okay, yes.
Oh,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our project team member, I would like to express our appreciation and honor for being selected as the overall winner of the 2022 Cyril Taylor Young Leader Award. We are very grateful for the opportunity given to us by the AFS to participate in this learning experience about global citizenship, intercultural skill, and sustainable development goal. We have faced several challenges on our way to winning this award. The COVID-19 pandemic limit the interaction with our teacher Nursia Muhammad, and the poor internet connection in our area make our online learning session a very challenging task. However, we managed to overcome those challenges. Thank you to the dedication of teacher Nursia, who keep encouraging us to complete our AFS classroom module, both using online learning and face-to-face meeting. Finally, we thank to the AFS for this unique learning experience, teacher Nursia Muhammad for her dedication, and our school principal, Madam Nur Anizah Jamal, for her continuous support in our project. Thank you all.
Thank you so much for being here and sharing those words. We really appreciate you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone involved in this project, and thank you to everyone that submitted projects. All right, so this does bring us to the end of this ceremony, but before we end, we do want to share a couple resources for everyone. If you are interested, if you want to learn more about this program, you can, of course, visit our website at afs.org. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram. You can find us on LinkedIn, on Twitter, all the usual places. And we encourage everybody to maintain this connection through AFS. And once more, to all the educators in this program, it's been an absolute pleasure to be on you in this journey, be with you in this journey. And we will still have access to the workplace community. So all the educators, please continue to share and collaborate on workplace. We will continue to have that community there. And just because this program is coming to a close, of course, that does not mean as educators you need to stop these activities. You are welcome to continue carrying on the activities from the Educator Toolkit as long as you would like. Thank you all so much, everybody, educators, students, AFS staff, partners who without you this would not be possible. Thank you all. Thank you all. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
everyone.